They say that every day is busy in the life of a farmer, but July, under the hot summer sun, it can be especially busy. You have to check your crops every day, ensuring they grow with the utmost care. The heat can ruin the crops, so you have to water them, but not too much. Just another quiet day out in the countryside. Saiki Kanji used to work in Tokyo, but when his parents passed away, he quit his office job and returned to the family farm. It was particularly hot that summer. The rains had not come as often that year, but these things sometimes happen when you're a farmer. Usually, though, the climate led to an abundant harvest, and Kanji hoped that the heat wouldn't ruin the summer vegetables. One night, after a particularly hot day, Kanji gets out of his bath and grabs himself a beer. Suddenly, there is a knock at his door. He turns to see a gorgeous woman in full plate mail asking to stay the night. Kanji, of course, is in shock. Who is this woman? What's with her outfit? Is she cosplaying? She's obviously a foreigner with her blonde hair and strange accent. Her name is Christina Brunhild von Melvis, firstborn daughter of the House of Melvis, from the Erud Kingdom. Kanji has no idea what to do with that information. Christina explains that her army was defeated, but she was able to escape. Kanji is nervous about letting a young girl into his home, and also worried that she may be crazy. He wants her to understand that it would be just the two of them, and she'd be spending the night with a man she just met. Christina asks Kanji to call her Chris, and assures him she'd rather spend the night with a man instead of being defiled by orcs. Besides, she has no strength to resist anyway. She can't even take another step. Kanji decides to let her stay and even warms up the bath for her. She is grateful and converses with Kanji while he adds fuel to the fire heating her bath. Suddenly, she stops responding to Kanji. He races inside, worried about her, and finds her asleep in the tub, and slowly slipping underwater. If you haven't guessed by now, this is a reverse isekai. Chris is in fact a knight from another world. Her unit was wiped out by orcs, and she dove off a cliff rather than be taken by the vile enemy. She wakes up the next morning dressed in a yukata. Kanji saved her from the tub, dried her off, and dressed her, all while trying to keep his eyes off her naked body. He wasn't 100% successful in that endeavor, but he was respectful to his guest. He even feeds her breakfast, a feast in Chris's eyes. Eventually, the two of them realize that Chris is trapped in Japan, with no way to return to her world. Depressed, Chris begins living with Kanji. For the most part, this series is a fish-out-of-water slice-of-life series. There's not a lot of action, but there is a ton of character and world building. For every page dedicated to farming, there's just as much dedicated to magic. But the core of the story is the growing relationship between Chris and Kanji, as well as their reservations. Chris wants to return to her world, but finds herself falling in love with Kanji. Kanji, for his part, is interested in a romantic relationship with Chris, but is worried about her returning home. He's also concerned about the age gap. She's 18 and he's 32. But maybe the two can form a strong enough bond to overcome their problems. If you want to see that happen, you'll have to read regarding that we decided to live in the countryside with the female knight who came to us, yourself. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cute Stuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, there's a link to her Fiverr page below. I'm doing a push and trying to post new videos every weekday for the next few months, so look forward to lots of new videos in the near future. Or you can click here for more fantasy or isekai content. I've also started a Patreon. You can click the link below or go to patreon.com/Danon. Stay safe, and I'll see you all again next time on Musings by Danon.